So today, we're going deep on something you actually sent our way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the Ibn al Arabi Foundation over in Pakistan.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we've got some pretty fascinating stuff to go over from what they've published themselves.
Gotcha.
So kind of get into like what their whole deal is with this organization all about Ibn al Arabi.
Yeah.
The really influential mystic and philosopher.
Absolutely. His work, it's still so relevant today.
It is.
And to see folks, actively trying to make it understandable, that's huge.
Yeah, definitely. And so this foundation was started by a guy named Abrar Ahmed Shahi.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting. They got started on the 17th of Ramadan in 1428, which is 2007 for the rest of us.
Okay.
But that date is actually Ibn al Arabi's birthday.
Wow.
So that's kind of telling right there.
Yeah, definitely committed from day one.
Yeah, exactly. And at first, there was a guy named Hamesh Malik who was working with them. Since 2015, they've actually had guidance from Sheikh Ahmad Muhammad Ali all the way from Egypt.
Wow.
And he's a murid, which is like a follower or disciple of Ibn al Arabi.
Makes sense.
So he's like a key figure in what they call the Akbarian tradition.
Yeah. I mean, that's all about the unity of being right.
Yeah.
Like that core idea from Ibn al Arabi's work.
Exactly. And I think it's really fascinating they have that connection.
Totally. It shows a real dedication to keeping those ideas alive.
Yeah, and doing it in the right way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like authentically so.
Absolutely.
And actually back in 2008, they started out by translating Ibn al Arabi's shorter works into Urdu.
Oh, interesting choice.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a major language in the region.
Right.
So it seems really smart.
Makes sense. If you want to reach people,
you
got to speak their language.
Yeah, exactly. Like bring that heritage to a wider audience.
Absolutely. It's crucial for local scholarship.
So what is their mission exactly? What are they trying to do?
It seems like revitalizing the study of all the sciences related to Ibn al Arabi's teachings.
Oh, wow.
That's a big goal.
That is a big goal.
But they have some really clear objectives in mind.
Okay, what are they?
So first off, they want to produce like these really top-notch, critically edited Arabic versions of his works using like the best manuscripts they can find.
Wow. So like the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. No cutting corners.
Gotcha.
Then they want to translate those into modern Urdu.
Okay.
And then they're going to publish them as bilingual Arabic Urdu editions.
Okay, so side by side?
Exactly. Accessible and scholarly.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a huge project.
It is a lot.
It takes real dedication.
And they're not stopping there, are they?
No, they're not.
Because they also want to create like this whole infrastructure in Pakistan.
Right, a whole system.
Yeah, with a resource center and a library, offering courses and workshops.
Yeah.
They even want to work with international organizations.
Wow.
To spread awareness globally.
That's ambitious.
It is. And on top of that, they're making all these resources free online.
Really?
As a wakam.
Okay, a public endowment.
Yeah, so...
Wow, that's making knowledge open to everyone.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big deal.
It is, and I think they've already done so much.
Oh yeah, they've been busy.
They've published over 35 books and treatises.
Wow.
Edited and translated.
That's incredible.
Over 20 of those are bilingual editions.
That's a serious output.
Yeah, it shows how committed they are.
It does. They're not messing around.
And these aren't just, random little pieces.
No, they're tackling the big ones.
Yeah, like Malfuzat Ibn al Arabi, his sayings.
Right.
The Fusus al-Hikam, that's bezels of wisdom.
Okay.
Ankamu Rib, the most inaccessible phoenix.
Wow.
Mawaki al-Nujum, which is locations of the stars.
Okay.
And 4 whole volumes of Rasail Ibn al Arabi.
His treatises.
Yes. And in those are 11 shorter works that Abrar Ahmed Shahi himself edited and translated.
He's really hands-on.
Yeah, he is. And for scholars, they even provide searchable PDF versions of the Arabic critical editions.
That's so useful for researchers.
Yeah.
Having those digital copies. It's a game changer.
It is. And then they have this whole bookstore.
Okay.
The Ibn al Arabi bookstore.
Catchy.
Yeah, and they say it's the only one in Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah, dedicated to Ibn al Arabi and Sufism with Urdu and English titles that they ship worldwide.
So they're a hub
Yeah.
for anyone interested in these ideas?
They really are. And what's even cooler is they're working on the first complete Urdu translation of Fuchat al-Makkiyah.
The Meccan Revelations.
Yeah, that's like a huge undertaking.
It is a massive text.
It is. And they also have these weekly gatherings called Ibn al Arabi Baithak.
What are those?
The lectures and discussions.
Keeping the conversation going.
Exactly. And they even film those.
Really?
Yeah, put them up on YouTube.
Nice.
So you can find them on their channels.
Smart move.
Yeah. And behind all of this is Abrar Ahmed Shahi.
He seems like the driving force.
He really is. He founded the foundation.
Mm.
And he's super involved in the critical editions, the Urdu translations.
Right.
And the analyses.
He wears a lot of hats.
He does. And he's edited and translated tons of key texts himself.
Wow.
He's got an MPhil in comparative religion.
So he's got the academic chops?
Yeah, he definitely knows his stuff.
Impressive.
And he runs their website and YouTube channels.
Wow, he's a busy guy.
He is, and the Islamic Manuscript Association even recognizes him as an expert.
So he's got the official stamp of approval.
Yeah, he does, and it's just so remarkable what they're doing.
It is making Ibn al Arabi accessible.
Yeah, especially in Urdu.
And I think you mentioned some of these shorter works haven't even been translated into European languages yet.
Yeah, it's true.
That's amazing. They're really paving the way.
Yeah, and their website is a goldmine for scholars, too.
Oh.
With manuscript info and databases of articles.
So it's not just translation, it's building a whole research infrastructure.
Exactly. It's incredible.
It really is.
So basically, the Ibn al Arabi Foundation, through all Abrar Ahmed Shahi's hard work, is doing something super important.
Yeah.
They're preserving and spreading Ibn al Arabi's teachings,
Right.
bridging that language gap, and helping people appreciate Islamic mysticism.
It's vital work keeping that heritage alive.
It is. And it makes me think about how much individuals and groups like this can do to keep important intellectual traditions alive.
Right, across cultures and languages.
Exactly. Like, what role does dedicated scholarship like this play in making sure these ideas stick around and enrich everyone's understanding?
That's something to think about.
It is for sure. So ponder that until our next deep dive.
I will.
Okay, see you then.